The steam engine, for its type, is one of the most versatile things on land. And the diesel engines are the power behind the mixed traffic goods and specials that go all around the island of Sodor. This is NWR Stories. What's in a name? It was an early morning on the island of Sodor, and all the engines had left the shed except for D199, who was ready and waiting for the Fat Controller to arrive with his job for the day. He was excited to begin another day on his new life on the island of Sodor. Soon, Richard had arrived at the sheds to give D199 his instructions for the day. So I have some freight that needs to be moved around the island today. Now, I know it may be out of your comfort zone due to you only doing the tanker deliveries, but I am pleased with your work, and I would like to try you on different jobs. Will that be okay?
Yes sir, indeed. I am eager to try new things.
Good, because I've noticed your behavior and how the engines have been treating you, and let's just say that me and the board of directors on the railway have made a very good choice on bringing you back to this island. Now, your train will be waiting for you at the docks. Now, just make sure that you are also obeying some of the laws here, because we've been recently having a lot of issues with not reading regulations, but I'll have an announcement with that soon. But anyway, keep up the good work and have a good day. And with that, Richard had walked away. D199 was delighted to start his new day, and with a toot of his horn, he rolled away to the docks.
Today's gonna be a good day. I know it is, said D199 moving through the station. And the only way to keep it a good day is to keep smiling, said D199.
Meanwhile, Cranky was unloading Bulstrode with D199's cargo for his train, and he was in a bad mood as usual.
What's going on with you now, Cranky? You look more cranky than usual, said Bulstrode.
It's the bloody seagulls. I couldn't get any sleep last night. They were still up, cawing and making their little bird noises. It's one of the worst things about being high up in the air. Sometimes I wish I swear they would just dump me in the river.
But we don't live near the river, Cranky, said Bulstrode.
You know what I mean, you oversized soap dish.
As soon as D199's train was loaded, he arrived at the docks and buffered up to it. Such a glorious day.
Oh, good morning up there, said D199.
Oi, what's so good about it? Said Cranky with an angry expression.
You know, for somebody so high up in the air, you're always low on your spirits, said Bulstrode. Anyway, how are you doing today, D199? I hope your day is well, said Bulstrode.
Yes, the day is absolutely swell, said D199. Suddenly, after he said this, Rosie puffed in with some freight cars getting ready to be loaded.
Oh, hello there. What's your name? I don't think I've seen you.
Well, my name is D199.
Well, I don't have a name, corrected D199. I have a number. Only a number. But who knows, maybe I'll find a name one day, said D199. Well, there's a lot of things for inspiration of finding names on this island. So all you have to do is just look around and see. Thank you. I will hang on to that. But wait, I thought Salty was the dockyard shunter. Who are you? I'm Rosie. I normally work on the Farquhar branch line with Thomas, Percy, and Toby. But today I'm helping out here since Salty's at the diesel works getting repaired. Ah, okay. Well, I must be off. And as soon as he was about to leave, they noticed something. My train seems to be missing a brake van, said D199, looking at the back of his train. Oops, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked and forgot to add a brake van. But I'm too busy now, but there is one over there in the sidings. Maybe you can go grab that one. You know, I shall. And with a toot of his horn, D199 left with his train, ready to start with his day. D199 routed the bend and saw the brake van that was waiting for him. It was none other than Soldier's own Toad, the GWR, Toad brake van. Toad had never seen the blue diesel before, but instead he still decided to be friendly. Oh, hello there. What's your name? Said Toad. I don't have a name, but they just call me D199. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Everyone deserves a name. Well, I haven't earned mine yet, said D199. Well, if you need a brake van, I'll tag along with you, and maybe we can decide some names on the way. Yeah, sure, why not? Said D199. Alright, come along then. Soon the two were off, working side by side throughout the day. Toad was busy thinking of names for D199. How about Todd? No. Maximus? No. That's, kind of too spontaneous of a name, Toad. Right, you're right. The day went on pretty much like this, with Toad keep desperately trying to find a name for D199. But D199 would start to feel hopeless about finding a name. So with a heavy heart, D199 decided that he would stay silent, not focusing on the name, just getting his work done. It was sad, but he began to lose hope. That night, D199 slid onto his siding, feeling very, very hopeless. I guess someone is not meant to have a name. I probably deserve it for how I reacted during the 1960s. And with a heavy oil tank, he fell asleep, sadly. The next morning, D199 arrived into the yard, ready to start his day, when he looked over and saw Toad again. Oh, good morning, Mr. D199. Good morning, Toad. I guess it's me and you again today, huh? Well, yes it is. Alright, well, let's get started. And before we start, Mr. D199, sir, I just want to tell you this. Even though you don't have a name, you are still an important member of the railway now, and the engines will accept you with or without one. I know that, Toad, but it's like I feel less important for not having a name. It's just I hear your words, but I don't know. Maybe just some engines aren't meant to have names, said D199. Don't be like that, Mr. D199. Don't worry. Who knows, maybe a name will show up when you least expect it. Now, let's go. Soon, D199 was coupled to his train, and he was ready to go. And with a toot of his horn, he set off. Soon D199 was moving down the line at a very, very good speed. He was confident that he would be right on time. But little did D199 know that as soon as he entered the other side of the tunnel, there would be a surprise waiting for him. There was a gentleman waiting on the side of the tracks right next to the level crossing. As soon as D199 saw him, he halted to a stop.
Hello? Is everything alright? Said D199, puzzled. Hello. My name is, Ted Grass, and my car has seemed to broken down. So I was wondering if you can give me a ride to the next station, said the man. I'm sorry, sir, but I am currently pulling a goods train. I don't know where you would sit. So I'm afraid, but soon D199 was cut off.
Mr. 199, sorry to intrude, but he can ride in me. I mean, I have a cabin for a reason. Hopefully I'm not overstepping any boundaries, said Toad.
That is actually a great idea. Thank you, brakevan.
Alright, go ahead and hop in. I'll get you to the station as soon as I can.
D199 knew he would be late, but he could not pass up the chance to help someone out. Soon, Mr. Grass was in the brakevan, and D1, with a toot of his horn, D199 set off for the station. It was hard work with the heavy train, but D199 sped along the line as fast as he could, just so he can make it on time to the station. Soon, D199 reached the bridge, which meant that he was halfway to the station. It wasn't long before D199 finally reached the station with 2 minutes early, which means that he wasn't late, and he was happy. D199 was pleased that he was on time. Soon, Richard Hatt came out of his office. That's odd. I wasn't expecting a goods train here until 5 o'clock. I need to investigate this. Soon, Richard Hatt approached D199. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here till 5, said Richard Hatt.
I know, sir, but a gentleman had stopped me on the level crossing, and he needed me to bring him to the station.
I see. Well, seeing as you're pulling a goods train, I find that hard to believe.
Sir, just check the brakevan. Check Toad.
You know I will. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And soon Richard Hatt walked up to the brakevan. To Richard Hatt's surprise, there was a man outside Toad, and he was happy to see Richard Hatt. Ted Grass, how are you, my friend? Long time no see. Indeed, it is good to see you again. Haven't seen you since you came to New York, back when you studied abroad. Yes, what brings you here? Said Richard Hatt.
Well, I'm here because I heard that your station needed a new station master, and since, I long for the quiet life of Solor just to escape the busy city life, I thought I would come here to work on your railway.
Well, we'll be glad to have you. Just make sure you get everything settled with my secretary. I'm already on it, sir. And soon, Ted walked off to the office. Then, Richard had approached D199 once more. Well, despite his unorthodox way of getting to the station, I'm glad that you brought him here.
It is always good to see an old friend, D199. Yes, about that, sir, said D199. What is it? Said Richard Hatt. I would like to rethink my name. Okay, what do you have in mind? A smile formed on the Blue Diesel's face, as the name he chose was a perfect one.
Now D199 is a welcomed member on the island of Solor. But now he's chosen a name for himself. The other engines thought it was a pretty funny name at first, but the others soon accepted him as Ted. Yes, that's right. He was named after Richard Hatt's old friend, and he is very, very proud of this name. Ted eventually reconciled with his friend Bear, which repeated his statement that a name really makes you feel welcome. And now the two engines are once again friends, on better terms now. And everyone loves Ted and is glad he is on the railway. The end.